I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Okay, guys, we're back. Happy weekend update. It is Saturday. A lot going on, a lot happening in these last couple weeks, and that's what I want to cover on this. Look, we can sit around and chew gum, blow bubbles, but there are some things that can help you win and your clients win right now. I'm going to share them, and then we're going to break down a couple things in news stories. Again, the weekend update dashboard is for you. We update it throughout the week, culminate it with a video. Sometimes on Fridays, especially when it's a jobs report Friday, like it was yesterday. I won't get this out until Friday afternoon or Saturday. So thanks for bearing with me. Let me talk about some recent experiences, what we're closing right now and what's helping move the needle. I'm going to start with all-in-one. Guys, this is a proprietary product for CMG. Just had its 20th birthday, so this is nothing new. We're not beta testing this on folks. The reality is the all-in-one is the most unique principal first mortgage I've ever seen. So imagine being able to take every dollar that you'd like to use to reduce your principal, do that overnight, lower your interest costs because your interest calculation is based on your daily balance, and then still have access to that money should you need it. Click on the all-in-one resource. It's brand new. You're gonna find out how this works, what it does, what people like about it. We've closed nearly $2 million just in the last 3 weeks in this product for all age ranges. One example may be clients that are in their late 70s, buying non-contingent, want to purchase a home and then have the flexibility to roll their equity over from their departing residence, get their $1 million equity line of credit that's in first position, otherwise known as the all-in-one, down to less than $200 and still have access to up to $1 million. Guys, there's nothing quite like the all-in-one. If you have more questions about it, let me know, or click on the links in the Weekend Update dashboard. Second, Home Funded. Sorry, you guys, it's another unique product. It allows people to raise funds. It's the only crowdfunding tool used specifically for mortgage. We created it. We've used a couple of these in the last 3 weeks to help people boost their down payment. I'll give you the short benefit of it is number one, funds don't have to be seasoned if we're using specific products. Funds can literally come in from friends, family, coworkers, employers, realtors within just a few days before closing. They don't need to be seasoned 60 days. And CME matches 2-to-1 up to $2,000 for every gift someone gets. So in this scenario, our client got a $1,000 gift from a family member, and CMG matched that 2-to-1 for a total of $2,000 from us, $1,000 from the gifter, $3,000 now boosted to the down payment. And I'll let you know that some of that money went to help pay for the buyer's agent representation costs, so we could negotiate on credits. $30,000 credits total on a less than a $900,000 and $800,000 home. $30,000 in credits, which brings me to my check out Home Funded. More in the resource below. Listing Lock, guys. This is a fancy name for a seller buy down. Was on a meeting with one of the largest builders in New Mexico this week, and they are seeing some price compression in their market, especially on new builds. They are looking at a seller concession of 5% to attract new buyers. Now, if you're selling existing homes, you have the same tools. You just need to know where they are, how you get them. List and Lock is certainly one of those tools for you to help make an existing home more affordable. Last week, we talked about the best ability is availability. Well, we've got homes available, but we need to make sure we give buyers the ability to afford these homes. List and Lock does that. temporary buy downs, long-term buy downs, all the information in the List and Lock resource down below, or link if you're watching this on YouTube. Check it out. And then finally, almost $3 million in products in the last 3 weeks, or in loans, I should say, that use non-QM. One for a family moving from out of state, New Mexico, to California, selling a business in New Mexico and needing to use the capital from that business without a new business in California to qualify for over $1 million home. We were able to do that and close a bank statement loan for people that import and export items from all over the world. And if you think about what's going on in tariff land right now, Freedom Day was just a couple weeks ago, and being able to use these types of products makes a big difference. Let's go into the stories from this week. I mentioned that we've got the jobs report. You know, resilience is probably the word. Labor remains resilient in the face of these tariffs that are on again, off again. But like I said, we're over 2 months away from Liberation Day. At some point, you guys, I think we are going to start to see this impact the labor market on labor reports. We didn't see that Friday, June 6th. And so we saw a pretty decent increase in mortgage rates after a week that was fairly good for us. We locked a bunch of loans earlier this week, but the jobs report was not super friendly. Let me go to, and I'll link actually to the jobs report down below if you want to see. 140,000, technically 139,000. Not really that big of a number, but we're not heading into a major retail season like we do when we get into the holidays. A lot of jobs in the healthcare and hospitality market. So if you want to read about that, see what that did on interest rates, go ahead and click that. The final thing that I want to talk about, guys, for you is this. So I'm trying to encourage all of you guys that we have the opportunity, given the availability of equity and the availability of credit, to make deals happen now. Most of our loans are averaging somewhere between 1% to 2% seller credit in order to do a temporary long-term buy down, or simply cover the closing costs, less cash to close for the clients. The Fed is not here just to make sure the interest rates are lower for buyers. I think you guys already know that, but something that's quite interesting that happened this week, I'll link to this also, is that Fed wasn't a buyer of treasuries in the recent past, even last week. The Treasury was, and this is somewhat unique. If you guys remember quantitative easing, that was something controlled by the Fed. This is the Department of Treasury buying $10 billion in treasuries. You guys, there's some things that are happening across the globe, whether it's Germany, whether it's Sweden, whether it's Japan, or the United States, that is a little bit unsettling in the bond market. And so I encourage you guys, when you're talking with your clients, to understand that, kind of like the Chinese proverb, the best time to plant a tree is 25 years ago, the second best time is today. Some funny things are happening in the bond market right now that are things that we did when we were in recessions like the Great Recession. If you just saw that jobs report saying that unemployment is around 4.2%, we created 140,000 jobs last month. Wage growth is actually up. I talked last week about equity being at the highest point as a percentage since the 1950s. Guys, it doesn't really feel like we are in a recession, yet we are spending like we are in a darn near crisis. So these things are happening behind the scenes. Confidence level still remains high. There's high equity. There's high amounts of credit availability. Please let me know how I can help you. Make sure that this is all clear to your buyers. Make sure it's clear to your sellers. There are opportunities for them to maximize the interest from buyers while also addressing the affordability that makes home sales happen. Have a wonderful weekend. Please call, text, or email me. If there's anything you need today, let me know. If there's anything you need that I can help you with for tomorrow, let me know as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. See ya.